Hello, Comanche Native here, and I am playing Portal Knights. Now this video is just going to concentrate on working on a build. Now I'm not going to build the whole building straight away. What I'm going to do is just give out a little bit of tips on how to start your structure. Now I already gave a basic tip, which is this right here. I put that in one of my videos. This one is just going to give you just a little bit more detail on how I build in this game. Alright, let's get started. Now, I already cleared out the area and I put up some lights. Now, every time I play this game and I think, okay, I'm ready, I'm going to go ahead and build me a new structure, I do test patterns. And that's just simply laying stuff down, taking a look how it looks against each other, seeing if that works. Then I kind of decide if I'm going to have this as the bottom, this is the middle, that the roof, or vice versa. That's the bottom, that's the middle, and this is the roof. Let's see, let's go ahead and change it up and see how these other textures work. And it's just coming up with a pattern scheme. That's kind of nice. That's a little dark. Now this is straight coal right here, but you can design something. It does have that texture. And that's basically what you want for your builds is texture. You want to give it that feel like a lot of work went into making this. Kind of looks nice. Now I do like this brick. I like the fact that it gives you three colors. You have the marble, you have the black, and the gold. That looks really, really nice. And then of course you have a rough texture, which is this one right here. I like how that looks. So I think I'll probably go with I like this brick here. Then I like how this texture is here. So it's a maybe on this pattern right here. Let's go ahead and play with some others. I might go ahead and bring back that. Try to use some red. See how this looks next to it. Kind of like how gradual that looks. Okay. Well, this is my tester. Now, this is what I do. I test how the patterns look, and then I decide how my building is going to look based on the patterns. And once I decide, okay, this is what I like this one, I think I'll go ahead and go with this one here in the middle, I will bring nothing but that with me. But like I said, this is just a practice. It's just to help people who might want to build. Go ahead and load that pattern up in my pocket. Oh wait, I'll need that sharpening tool. Let's put the vanity halo item away. And of course you will need dirt. Now, I already cleared out the spot. This is going to be a little bit big. And it is just a test. It's probably going to look like that. But I'm just giving a brief how to start. So, come up with your test pattern that you like. Once you have it down, then go gather those items on the different islands that you need to, or make them. Now, anytime you're going to another place, I always bring the workbench with me. You will need the other, like the furnace, to build some of the other stuff right here. You might need that with you. It does take a while, but I do suggest grabbing all the material beforehand, before starting. Now, we're going to go ahead and lay down our pattern. Now, I decided that this right here will be the base. So again, instead of having a cornerstone and then counting out, what we're going to do is we're going to put the door first. So let's say the double door will go right here. Go ahead and knock that down into the ground. And I'm going to go ahead and start from here, and then I'm going to count that way, and then go to the opposite side and do the same. So it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's say 15. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so 15 from this spot, going that way. Okay, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, I like to make my buildings on an even number. And the only reason why is when you start to build, you're going to start to see if you put it on an odd number, something will be misaligned. That's what I've experienced in the game. Okay, so we did 15, 15. Now, we have to keep in mind, we've got 15 on this side, 15 on this side, and then the door. So from this wall, we're going to go ahead and try, and I say try, to do 15 that way. So, we got to remember, because I messed up last time, this is 1, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, it's given me a long way, but then it's short, it's small, it's a small room. Now, we could lay 15 more down, but we have to keep in mind that the doors itself have 4. So if we wanted to be even, then we would go 15 that way, some more, and then add 4 more. This is where it kind of gets tricky, because really, you have to put the floor plans down ahead of time. You have to say, okay, this is my entranceway. How far do I want to walk in to the room? Do I want the room to be small? Do I want the room to be big? So we're going to go ahead and go 15 that way. And what you're doing is just laying down the blueprint. So 15, so we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That kind of looks a little bit better. It looks alright. It is a very nice big structure. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, we're not counting the doors. We're not counting the doors in this wall over here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to... This is the thing I like about this game, is that you can stand far away and start to lay down the brick. As long as you have the target symbol on the material in the middle, then you can just lay it down without having to be really, really close. So if you're fast enough, you can just sit there and just tap like that. Let's go ahead and bring this over. And just tap and then step back Now, this takes practice. You can become really good at it. Again, all you have to do is, I'm not quite sure if you can see that, but there's a little tiny target symbol right in the middle, that little dot. As long as you keep it on there and it highlights the brick, then you'll be okay. Whoops. Alright. Okay, let's take a look at this structure. Let's see if we're happy about it. We're going to have some rooms inside here. Okay, this is our entranceway. We walk through here. And let's say we would like this whole area to be one room, but maybe we want a bathroom on the bottom floor. We can go ahead and start checking this out and see how this looks. Let's see if we put a single door, which just takes 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 over. And bring it to 6. Let's try it. So this would be 6. Counting the wall would be 6, but 5. I mean, this kind of looks nice for a bathroom. Let's go ahead and bring it over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's check it out. It's a nice sized bathroom. We'll go ahead and go with that. Now, when you're dealing with walls, they don't have to be an even number. They can be whatever number you want. Inside the interior, it doesn't matter. The outside, though, it kind of does, because you are going to put up windows and you're going to put up doors, and they're going to look a little off if they're not a certain number on the outside interior. Inside, it does not matter. So this is a nice sized bathroom. Let's go ahead and throw some dirt down just to see where we're going to put the tub. You can design the tub as big as you want it, as small as you want it. And if you're not confident about your pattern that you're putting down on the floor, your blueprint, then you don't have to lay down the material. You could just use dirt. Lay it down first, take a look at it. If you like it, then go in and fill it in with the material you want to put it in there. So let's say this is where we're going to have the bathroom. This is not the sink. Wow, that's a big sink. No, this is a tub. And let's say we want to have maybe the sink here. We could have the sink there, and then maybe the toilet here. That is a nice sized bathroom. That looks good. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. This is the front area. This looks nice. Be like the front room. Now, you know, we could have a closed kitchen or we can have an open kitchen. We want to be able to have a nice workshop either inside or on the outside interior, or you can have it on the second floor. So again, throw down your blueprint. It's easier that way when you're doing any type of construction in real life or in video games. Laying down the pattern first is important so you can see how your character walks into the environment, how they look, if it looks okay, and then you can judge how high you want it off the ground. Now again, I leave the bottom as the dirt because I'm going to add carpet. And I do have some carpet on me on hand. So once we have our pattern set up, this is actually going to replace the dirt. And it's going to look like that. The doors are going to open up, and then you're going to come in, and it's going to be looking stylish, let's hope. Alright. Let's go ahead and continue on. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to plot out where our kitchen's going to be. So this is the bathroom. And you can decide if you want a back door If you're going to use double doors or if you're going to use a single door, you can decide, and then whatever you want, you can go ahead and cut the door area out, so it gives you a reminder this is where a door is going to be, so when you're building you don't accidentally cover it up and go, oh, I forgot the door. So let's say we do want to use a double door as a back, and for me I like to match it up. I like to match it up with the front door. So this is where I need to cut, walking backwards, making sure the pattern stays on the floor, and then I cut the door out. They take 4 blocks, the double doors. So that is a nice way. You walk in, and you just have to picture it in your mind how it looks, and then just execute. Just make it happen. So this is my front entrance. I mean, this is the back. We might put a garden out here, who knows? Okay. So our kitchen, do we want it in the front room area or do we want it in the back? We could have that whole front area as a front room. We could have an open kitchen, or we can have a dining room. Now what I like to do when I'm designing kitchens is I will put down the counters first with some dirt. Let's say we want a counter here where you have to walk in. So this is a counter. And let's say we're going to go ahead and put... So do we want a walk-in counter where you could come in? We're going to put chests here to pretend that this is maybe our refrigerator. Grab your items. Does this look okay? If you think it does, then go ahead and do it. If you want them even, then just count from the wall. You can make it even. So you can have a walk-in kitchen. If that is a little too snug, you can go ahead and take away. Again, I use dirt because it's so easy to chop away. So let's go ahead and say this is our kitchen, and this will be our dining room area. Now if you want, you can go ahead and lay out where you are going to put a table, and then maybe where the chairs might be, just to help you see if you're designing it correctly. See if it looks good. I mean, that looks like a lot of space right there. It looks alright. You have the kitchen. You have the table. And then this area would be nothing but the front area. So let's go ahead and probably lay down some chairs. We'll just make this kind of look like a little couch. Just to let us know this is the front room area where you come, whoop, and just gather with your friends and say, hey, what's going on? And again, this is just for you. This is a mental picture for yourself, so you know exactly where everything is in your place. Alright. Looks pretty good. Let's set some light up in this area. Light up this area a little bit more. Now, we're going to start to build up. Now, I usually like to do the front area where the door is and then build up. But could go ahead and go to the corner here. Now, this pattern, I like how it looks with my person standing next to it. I like that little trim right there. That looks really nice. But for the corner, seeing that I used this pattern here already, we're going to go ahead and chop this away and use this instead. That will give us a different pattern for the corner there. I'm going to go ahead and do that to all the other ones. And what this is doing is just adding a little bit of the design for the outside. This is going to be where I'm going to raise the walls. These are my new cornerstones. And I guess I'll go ahead and take this down since we already decided on a pattern. And this kind of helps if you set your pattern up ahead of time and you have a friend building. Once they understand this is the pattern that you want, they have a nice example to take a look at it and go, okay, all right, I see what you want, I got it, I'll go ahead and do it. All right, so what we're going to do, one being the floor right here, so that's one. Let's just go ahead and count just to see how it looks. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Does that look good? Is that high enough? I mean, it kind of looks nice. What do you think, Bird? Bird's like, it looks fine to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go one more. Let's go one more because we're going to make this two-story. So we're going to use the dirt just to get us up here. Now this is 1. Now if we decide, okay, we're going to have the floor start here going out that way, you're actually taking the brick that you're standing on out of the equation and making it the floor. So let's say you like how this looks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but if we did decide, let's go ahead and put a floor down, we take away the 6 brick and it becomes 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead. So I want to really capitalize on that 6 brick. So I'm going to go ahead and get back up there, put down 7, but then I'm going to go ahead and take that 7 away. I'll say this right there. So now that becomes my floor. And my actual wall is now a wall that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on now. How did that happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I took it away. I was supposed to go up 1. Sorry. Again, counting. You will forget because your mind is thinking about, okay, what do I got to do next? Alright, so now we're going to take the 7th brick away and keep the 6. I'm sorry if this is confusing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so now we have a wall that goes 6 up. And we're not counting the 7 because the 7 is now our floor. So we're going to go ahead and extend this out. And that is how high we're going to have it. Again, once you already have your pattern on the ground, you don't really have to count anymore. All you have to do is start to count upward to determine how tall you want your structure. Okay, that, and then we're just going to bring this up. Alright, and then just repeat. And again, if you're working with a friend and they are building, if you design one side of the house like a square that you slice down the middle, any design pattern that you make on one side, your friend can just look at the pattern and then try to repeat it on the other. Now, of course, all of this is going to change once creative mode is available to us, because then we'll be able to fly and we'll have a better perspective on what we want, and we'll have more control on how to design our space. For now, since we do not have that update yet, we can go ahead and just do it like this. Now, if you don't like jumping down and then trying to aim the little cursor on the brick to bring it across, you could stay on top after building up and then walk and then lay this down. I always like to get in first person view when I'm doing this. It gives me a better angle. But once you're doing this, you will have to jump down, get back to that one area, and then bring it up. So you could build keeping this height and then just going that way, making another scaffold, or you can just go back down to the ground and then just bring it over. Now, this is just a skeleton. It's going to stay this way because this is just a sample. Now, I do want to build on this island, but honestly, I don't know if I'll keep this building here. This is just for the video. Alright. Okay, that looks good. That's a high enough ceiling. Alright, so let's talk about staircases. Now, just give me a minute. I'm going to go ahead and save the video. Right. I'm back. Okay, staircases. Now, you will need dirt because this is what you need. It will help you. Okay, so we're taking a look at this. This is our dining area. That's our kitchen area. That's our front room. So where in the world are we going to put the staircase? Well, we could put it right here. This looks like a little nice spot. It's out of the way. You can come in. You can go up the staircase if you want. It won't take away from what you have here. So let's go ahead and try that. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to determine how far we want the staircase away from the previous wall up top. Now, bear with me. I know you're probably thinking, well, what's that mean? Well, we're going to go ahead and lay down some dirt. Let's say we want it as close as possible to this wall here, but we don't want it that close up to the wall up top. So 1, 2, 3, let's go ahead and bring it out 4. And see how that looks. Now, the cool thing about this game is that, yes, you can lay down a staircase pretty easily, as long as you make sure that point is right on the area you need it to be. And there we go. That is little do I. Hang on. Alright. That looks pretty good. Okay, so remember, this is our floor. This is where our carpet's going to be. Either that, or we're going to go ahead and use a different pattern. You know, for those who don't want the carpet to show on the ceiling, what you could do is lay down a floor. You can lay down the carpet. Whoops. That will happen a lot in the game. You could lay down the carpet right here, and you can go underneath. Since it is such a high structure, you could go and design a ceiling so you don't have to see the carpet down below, and you still have enough space. So it's always good to try to make your walls as big as you can. If you are the type of person that does not like to look up and see the carpet pattern underneath, you could add another layer down. It does not take away from the room, because again, the bottom here is going to be where you're going to lay down the carpet. So you do have enough room. It still looks decent. Alright. Now, our staircase is actually going to be coming out right here. Now, if we want to have a carpet staircase, you could, or if you want to put a different staircase design, it's all up to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay down this on top of what we already put down to where we get to this point here, and then we're just going to take away all of that. That was our measurement on how far we wanted to be from the wall. And then it's just coming down here and just kind of going like this. And once we look at this and think, okay, this looks good, I like how this looks. It does not take away from the hallway. It looks really nice. It's tucked away. You can go upstairs to the second floor. This looks pretty good. It's far away from the wall. Now, if we started the staircase here and then brought it down, when you come up, you would have smacked right into the wall, and it would give you just a little bit of space. So then you determine how wide you want your stairs. You could have it 3 bricks, you could have it 4 bricks away. It's up to you. But once you have your stairs down, then you can go ahead and take away the dirt. Now, spiral staircases, you can do it. It's not that tricky, but this entrance to going this way is not going to be that. What it is going to wind around to where your entrance will probably be right here. So you would have to walk up through this way and then go around that way. Now, good examples are if you ever go to a dungeon and you see how their staircase are, that's a winding staircase. You will have to have a square. I'll give you an example really quick.